Hi, good evening. How you all doing? Fantastic. My darling wife over there, Jamie's in the corner, and she said to me, I said, what are you wearing for tonight? And she said, oh, I've got some special shoes, which I thought was lovely, really nice. Turns out, she said, no, they are steel toe cap shoes, because my feet and my toes are going to be curling up every time you speak tonight. Which I thought was really good. Just before, because we were all getting nervous about tonight, you know, very exciting, our first gig and all that. And I thought, I need something to eat, calm down. And I went along to the local Greggs, bought a couple of sausage rolls, handed over my money, and the girl went, oh, thank you, love, the exact change, you're a star. I thought, bloody hell, Silky, this girl's a good value for money. I've only been doing it a couple of minutes, I'm a star already. 3 sausage rolls next time all around. They do say, apparently, or even allegedly, they do say that no news is good news. But what if you're a newsreader with 2 kids and a family going, Daddy, why no news? What are we going to do? I have pause for laughter written down here, so we're going to have to keep going, guys. Get it going over. Right, thank you, there we go. Pause for laughter. That's what the panda said. How's it going here in Preston? Well, the clapping in Preston, you know that, don't you? Because you're here. Mainly because I used to run pizza restaurants in London. And it was a real blast, you know. It was a company called Pizzaland. They were very much the MySpace and Friends of the United of the restaurant chain. Sadly, no more. I did sort of check in with MySpace tonight and updated my Friends of the United Facebook. Turned off my pager, you know, I'm getting down with the kids. I'm still there doing it. Anyway, very occasionally we would run out of dough. And or the dough machine will break down, and on this occasion the dough machine broke down, so I phoned up the restaurant up the road and I said, can you make a dough for me? And they did exactly that. So I went up to collect it. It was all ready for me in a plastic bag, big black bag of dough. So got out, tried to get a cab back to my restaurant, no cabs, you know, this was pre-Uber for the kids there, you know, down with the kids still. And they said, I thought it was funny, we said, you know what, one stop, the tube stops right opposite, I'll go and get a tube. Went down, I could see the Circle Line train coming down, sat down right opposite this nice Chinese couple with my big black bag of dough, very calm, very calm. The train pulled out, I'll be there in no time at all. We pulled out, got about 100 yards, stopped, and then the dough started to get sort of slightly bigger, and the people opposite me were going, what's he got in his bag? It's getting bigger, and I'm sort of wrestling with it, and I'm frantically getting bigger, and of course, the dough is proving in the heat from the tube and then the black plastic bag, and they do say that if you watch British Bake Off, they say you should be at 1 with your dough. But this bastard was escaping and trying to eat me, and so I was stuck with it, I was stuck in my seat. People were panicking, they were moving away. We did manage to get me out of my seat. They hoisted me up the escalators, got to the top, they got out the tube stop. I was the great big toffee man of King's Road, and I waddled back. They had to unpeel me, they had to hose me down. Not many quality pizzas were sold that day. But very occasionally, people would do a runner at my restaurant. It was really shocking. Anybody done a runner out here? Anybody done a runner? No. The people from Preston would keep their heads down. But so on this one occasion, the guys did a runner, and it was, when you'd see them, they sort of show the sign, so one would disappear up to the loo, the other had edged to the door, and then on this occasion they were out, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to have these. I was out there like a shot chasing after them. It was a bit minor, like going and running along. I was eyeballing them. I was getting closer and closer. They were sweating and running. And me, big sylph-like state, you know, I could catch up with them. We got round a corner. I eyeballed them. They could see me. And then we reached the cul-de-sac and we were both out of breath. And I looked at them and they looked at me. And it was at that point we realised there was 2 of them, 1 of me, and they were bigger. Bastards started chasing me back to my own restaurant. Lock the door, get out of my restaurant. How severe, how shocking. I did tell that story to the lady in the cloakroom attendant, and she didn't laugh. I said, I'll get my coat and move on. I think I've probably got time for one more story. There's my trusty notes. And I'm looking at you, I'm going to give you a choice, guys. So, I'm going to give you a choice between a wanking story, because I know I like it, or a nice big soaps story. So, if you want the wanking story, I want you to all stand up going, wanker like this, because I know some of you want to do that. So, who wants the wanking story? Wanker! A lot of wankers in tonight, listen. Now, if you want the nice soap story, you've got to say soap and rub your hands very gently. Who wants soap?
Wanking.
It's only if they're wanking over soap, I know he's all going to reach the festive audience. I'll go for the wanking story. Now, when I was younger, good Catholic boy, and we used to have to go to confession. And confession as a young lad was really, really scary. As a young boy, you didn't quite know what to do. And I remember they used to do confession on a Sunday night before Mass. And I went in there and I got my. I went to the guy came and I sat down and I used to have, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been so many months, because I'm very vague since my last confession. These are my sins. And I had very generic sins. I thought, just be, to be safe. So I had been naughty, and I thought being naughty covered stealing a sweet to mass murder. And then I had another, being naughty, rude, swearing. And so I said my sins, and I waited for the priest on the other side to give me my penance. And this was always the sort of, the sort of scary point. What was the priest going to say? Well, I got nothing back at all. I'm going, what do I do? He's been struck dumb by my sins. I was really worried, because it's a quite tense thing at the best of times. So I thought, what do I do? So I decided to do 2 things. Number 1, I thought, I better get more specific on my sins, because God's obviously looking down going, you horrible little boy, you've been very naughty, you've not even told the truth. And I thought, in case the priest or God couldn't hear me, I'm going to say twice the normal volume. Sorry, twice the normal volume. So I started, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I have been very naughty. I have wanked away furiously over my dad's naughty magazines that I found. Wanking away in the corner, wanking upstairs over my dad's magazines. Terrible it was. And I know I really shouldn't have done it, but I do seek your penance. Waited again, nothing. And I thought, I've just gone too far. What do I do? I thought, well, I'm just going to have to sort of sneak off. So, opened the door, went out. And of course, what had happened was that the guy coming out was meant to say, priest isn't hearing any more confession today, he's going to go hear Mass. But obviously, with me saying what I did, there were 2 major repercussions. Everybody in the church had heard my wanking furiously. Everybody looked at me as I came out going, that's that little boy that's been wanking including my father, who was sat there. I was now sat way at the back going, oh my God, what am I going to do? What are we going to do here? That's my wanking story. Guys, I think that is me. You have been a sensational audience. Even the good people from Preston have been brilliant. They've been clapping, which has been always a bonus to hear them clap. I've been Phil Turner with the microphone on my chin. Thank you so much.